Hey, today is Tuesday, December 1st, 2015. Today, on the heels of the last video, I experienced some contrast that I had to struggle with at the time to ignore. So, to be less abstract, I had a headache. I've had a whole head cold for about a week, and I got into some traffic on the way back home. There were two accidents, one on each section of the interstate. So, luckily, I had Abraham-Hicks audio to listen to, and I was in a positive mood by the time I got to the place where I was in traffic, even though I was starting to get hungry, so that didn't help. The thing about our current reality is that it's a translation of a vibration that was initiated in the past. So, realize that you can't focus on what is and experience less of what is. Deflection and ignorance. I did the best I could to focus on not even a different outcome of what was, because I felt like that would have dragged too much of what was happening in the moment into that vibration. I just went completely separate, completely sidetracked over to another goal that I have. I started imagining the dream house that I've built in my mind over so many years and focusing on how good those little bits and pieces that I've developed at different times, how good those things make me feel. So, yeah, I still sat in traffic, and yeah, I still had a headache. But by the time I got out of the traffic and I was free flowing again, I grabbed some Aleve from my suitcase, took that, and by the time I was 30 minutes further down the road, I was feeling 10 feet tall and bulletproof again. Making sure I wasn't continuing that momentum that I didn't want to see. So I felt like it'd be a good place to throw that concrete example in there as opposed to being abstract all the time. Also, wanted to share an epiphany of how reality is when we're translating reality. Abraham-Hicks talks about dreams and how they are literally downloaded in an instant, but then they play out in your mind over time. So it feels like you had a dream for hours or all night, but technically you had it just in that split moment before you came back into the wake state. So, comparing that to reality, to the translation that we are making of reality right now. Imagine that your point of attraction right now is setting up a dream of your future. You're taking what you want to happen or what will happen because of law of attraction, bundling it up, shooting it out into the universe, and it is becoming. It becomes a space-time point that will happen to you in the future at some point. It will be downloaded to you. It will play out as a translation of the entire universe around you. I thought that was pretty cool, and I wanted to share that. I don't know how close that is to reality, but it feels right. And I like the correlation between the dream state and the wake state, and how they can both be described in very similar processes. So, hope you had a great holiday, and see you soon.